I'm going to be consulting on a community in Centennial, Colorado. It is within Arapahoe County School District and shares a border with Greenwood Village. The neighborhood has primarily mid century homes on properties ranging from 1/8 to a quarter acre built in the 1960s and 70s. The homes have both front and backyards with parking on either the street, in driveways, garages, or carports. Most of the homes are detached single family homes, although there is a small development of townhomes within the larger neighborhood that were built sometime in the 1980s. Most of these homes have central heating and modern plumbing. Some have air conditioning that has been added, but most of them do not. Only some homes have sidewalks. After doing some research, I learned that back when these homes were built, only veterans were given sidewalks. It's turned into kind of an odd feature now, with there being a single house with a small stretch of sidewalk out front, surrounded on both sides with multiple houses that do not have sidewalks, but I thought this was an interesting fact nonetheless. There is no green island in the middle of the streets, which I feel does not help to mitigate the traffic and speeding of cars on Orchard Road, which is relatively a busy road. The common areas are tailored more towards families. Shops and restaurants close relatively early, and there isn't much of a nightlife. Most people who live in this neighborhood are Caucasian, though there are some African American and Hispanic families as well. There are a few different churches close by, most of which are some denomination of Christianity. The closest hospital is Littleton Adventist Hospital. However, there is an urgent care less than 10 minutes away from this community, and it is within walking distance if need be. Though there aren't many campaign signs in people's front yards currently, there are still some bumper stickers on cars, most of them indicating Democrat. However, I did see a Hillary for Prison sign and someone wearing a Make America Great Again hat while walking on the trail. There is one house that has been converted into a nursing home for individuals with dementia. There are also a couple houses that are group homes for boys. Although I couldn't find any concrete information on their demographics, they look to be about middle or high school aged. Some pertinent assets to this community. First off, access to open space and trails that run along the Highline Canal. So there are lots of trees and greenery, which definitely has a positive influence on the people who live here. One of the trailheads lies almost directly in the middle of the neighborhood, so many of the homes here are within close proximity to the trail, and the trail itself winds through neighborhoods on the Greenwood Village side of the community, so it is very safe. This neighborhood is within close proximity to a few elementary and middle schools, as well as Colbell Public Library. This neighborhood is also within walking distance to a grocery store, pharmacy, and different shops. With different health promoting factors like trailheads and stores well stocked with fresh produce being within walking distance, the health of this community's inhabitants is definitely positively impacted. Some challenges that might be posed for this community: there is really no immediate access to public transportation. Um, there are some bus routes that go kind of close, and RTD light rail is maybe 15 minutes drive away, but there really isn't a whole lot of easy access to public transportation here. There also have been quite a few homeowners that have indicated that their home inspectors have found asbestos and lead, which can definitely impact their health if they aren't going through the proper means during any sort of remodel or home improvement project. Additionally, some of the housing needs to be repaired. There are some houses with broken down cars in the front lawn, and some of them are just in sort of disarray. And I think this aspect is not necessarily the most unexpected finding in this community, but something that does sort of stand out. This is definitely an up and coming neighborhood, with some houses being completely renovated or some houses actually being scraped and brand new homes being built in their place. There is one house in particular that stands out because there are actually two cars that are broken down sitting in the front lawn. There have been rats seen going into the backyard, and you can see items inside the house piled up against the windows, which might indicate a possible hoarding situation. I think it's really important to not just chalk these houses up to being a neighborhood eyesore, but to maybe consider the people who are living in these homes. Um, why are these homes in such disarray, and how is this disarray possibly impacting the health of the people who live there? This project helped me to look a little deeper at the communities that I go to and try to better understand the people that live there.